Hi guys, welcome again today to all of you coaches, consultants who are struggling with technology. This is Kevin Sandy coming to you again. I'm business technology coach, and today we want to start to answer some questions. Every day we're gonna answer some questions. The questions are coming in. Um, we have a lot of questions to answer, but I'm gonna try to do one a day, maybe two a day, all right, and just go through it because there's so much to cover. When someone asks a question, there's so much underneath it. Today's question we have today is, how can I overcome my fear of technology, and build confidence in using new tools? And we want to thank you for that question. You know, as a coach or a consultant who feels, this nut, sometimes you feel this nut in your stomach every time you try to use new software, or you try to update, or you look at these pop-ups that come up. You have to update something. This feeling of anxiety, and it keeps spiraling. You're in this circle, um, and these thoughts, to learn new tools, to try to see if you could um, access new things, understand how they're going, and the fear and the anxiety, stem from this whole thing of technophobia. This fear of this technology, and is it real? Is it, some for some people it's real. It's a common struggle with a lot of people, right? For many of us who didn't grow up with technology as a youth, we didn't grow up with it in school, we didn't grow up with it at home. It's challenging for us as adults now, having to learn this consistent thing. There's some mindsets we had that we had to change, some way of how we do things that had to change. And we're going to discuss some of them here as we go through this question, try to answer this question. Where's this question coming from? What is causing this fear and this lack of confidence in using new tools? All right. So, no, but this doesn't have to hold you back, right? So that's why we're dealing with it. It doesn't have to stop you in being the professional that you are, to work on the solutions you create in your coaching business. It doesn't have to cool you back. You can still get over it, right? And deal with it. All right. So what is technophobia? What is this fear? It's more than just a dislike for technology. It's a genuine fear. It's real, but it manifests itself as anxieties and stress and avoidance, trying to steer away from this thing, trying to not to engage it. And it comes from so many different experiences that we go through. For example, you might find yourself procrastinating. You have to go and get some tasks done, and you have to use the technology, but you procrastinate. You put it off, and because there's this feeling of overwhelm that you have to go through, and this you know this process of doubting your ability to learn new tools, or are you able to learn this new thing that comes up. And that phobia, that fear, that brings procrastination, that brings the anxiety and so forth. You have so much contributing factors, like for example, past negative experiences. Those experiences is like when you go to a vending machine, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. You feel a sense of anxiety to go back to that vending machine because maybe most times than not, it doesn't work. It takes your money and doesn't give you your snack, right? I mean, anybody could get frustrated with that. After a while, you want to kick it, you want to cuff it, you want to do all sort of things, right, to the vending machine. But it's because of the unreliability of it. And most of people, especially as adults who use technology and it's unreliable, we don't want to use it. We grew up with television. When you put on the television, once the signal is good, it's supposed to work. Put on the radio, radio works, supposed to work normally. This technology, everything is okay, but some things happens behind the scenes that you're not aware of. So the lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding what is taking place with this technology, what signal is, what wires are crossed, it really could send you crazy. Right? And it's a real thing. It's unfamiliarity with the tech jargon. So sometimes you call the agency for tech support and you don't get proper tech support. So it really could be intimidating dealing with this technology and trying to work with it in your own profession, much more in your life, right? And then, of course, we are accustomed to finishing things, perfectionism. We do something until it's completed. So we design a program or consultation program or a particular course. And when we finish it, it's done, it's completed. And that's a way in which we were brought up, where we were taught, right? When you write a book, you do all the work and all the research and you make sure everything good and the book is completed. In this day and age now, that pressure of perfectionism or getting things right the first time and not allowed to make mistakes and corrections and all of that, it's a thing of the past. The present, so in fact, one of the things I have to teach a lot of the consultants I'm dealing with is developing the mindset of iteration. In other words, do get it done once, but remember, the focus is not to make it perfect. The focus is just to finish it once, but not, when I say finish, do the whole thing. It's not going to be perfect, but remember, you're going to have to do it over. You're going to have to edit it, or iterate, or update it, and you're looking to update 2 or 3 times, right? Until you say, okay, that's finished. But hey, next year you'll have to update it again. The next 3 years you have to update it again, or write another article, another book to take over from the one you wrote 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, or a year ago, right? And that's a constant mindset we have to develop. That hey, I'm not trying to complete this to perfection. I'm just trying to go through it, make sure it's done for now, and I know I will have to update it next year or something, or next few months, whatever it is, right? So you have that mindset that it's okay to make mistakes, okay, it wouldn't be completely right, that's all right. So we go through that process. And of course, you have another thing with the rapid pace of change of technology. You're using, and that's why you have so much updates. And the updates, as I said, create this nuts inside of you, this feeling of discomfort and anxiety and this fear that you don't have this confidence because it's changing so fast. So you use one software, it's working good, it's covering all the bases, and then next year you find something cheaper, might cover more, less struggle, less clicks, less processes, less steps, and you want to know, should I shift to this new one that's cheaper and less work? I mean, it's something that's just there. And these fears can make you say, okay, what is since I did that and I pay so much money for this, but then there is this one that's cheaper now. And then next year I see or next 2 years I see something that's cheaper. It's always evolving, it's always changing. And that can really create a challenge with us as coaches and consultants. We feel inadequate. Am I doing this right? Am I doing the right one? Am I keeping up to date? Making it hard to keep up to date, But those are real things that causes technophobia. But this fear impacts both our business and our lives. It really impacts us. It doesn't just impact our work, but even your personal life, right? And of course, you have the loss of productivity in your work because you're avoiding the task, you're trying different things, you're struggling to learn it, and therefore it uses up your time and your energy, right? So there's loss of productivity. And then you have missed opportunities for revenue, opportunities for new clients, for growth in your business, right? But what it does is, because you're fearful, you're not able to leverage the technology effectively. And that's because of this fear and lack of confidence in knowing that you can implement the new way of thinking and the new way of using technology. All right. Of course, that brings increased stress because you missed opportunities. Oh my Lord, I could have done this, and this client got away who really wanted my service, or I could have raised or generated an extra $1,000, and I wasn't able to get through it because I was fiddling and I was trying to fight and I was procrastinating with this technology, and I'm doing it, but I'm doing it under frustration, under duress. So the constant worry about technology and which leads to burnout, and of course the impact of your overall well-being, your overall life as a person. It limits your growth as well. It limits the growth of your business. It limits the growth of you as a person in terms of your ability to learn something, to explore, to be more innovative. And therefore, it limits the growth of your transformational power to transform the business, the organizations, or the clients that you're working with. It limits the power of innovation and the ability to be able to see, for example, when they bring up a particular situation. It limits your ability to think through and come up with ideas that are out of the box, so to speak. right? Because of this stress and this frustration. But you want to break free from that fear and break free from that technophobia. All right. And the first step I would say is to acknowledge that, hey, I have this challenge. I'm not confident when I approach using the technology. I have this fear in me that I'm not sure it's gonna work, and I'm thinking about the what happened in the past experiences, and that is affecting my focus, my ability to acknowledge that, hey, this might happen, but I have it. So the feeling of intimidation stops you in your tracks, and you have to be able to acknowledge, hey, this used to be intimidating, this used to be overwhelming, but you know what? I'm going to work through it. Right? You need to also challenge your assumptions. You have some assumptions that you have that you have to figure out, okay, are my fears based on reality, the things that I'm really afraid of? Is it really the working of the technology that I'm afraid of, or I'm afraid of past experiences which has been gone? And we need to be able to do that, put the past experiences in the past and move forward. I'm sure we teach that in a lot of our coaching programs, right? That focus on potential benefits of the technology is very important. What are the benefits of this? What can I gain if I really pursue this? If I really approach this with confidence, with boldness, with a sense of victory, a sense of assertiveness? What will happen? What are the benefits of what I'm doing? What is going to save me? What is going to give me? That sort of thing, right? And you do that by starting with small steps. You don't try to solve the whole problem our front. Let's start with small steps. So small steps could include um, doing things like building confidence just in your approach, or seeking guidance from someone who could give you these small steps to overcome. Simple little things that you can do. For example, just being consistent in the time. And that's a challenge I had. I sometimes still have it. Being consistent in just keep going after it, just keep going after it, just keep doing it every day or every week or whatever it is, that consistency. And sometimes you need a support person, to a mentor or coach, to tell you, to keep you accountable. Did you do your video today? Did you engage this today? Did you fulfill that today? That is so important. Or a community that keeps you accountable, that questions you, and you have to fulfill it before you could comment, or before you could be part of the community. That struggle is that process of that you go through is a struggle. Trying to find out, how do I get over this fear? But acknowledging the fear is very important. I mean, challenging your assumptions as to what is really the fear here, and starting with small steps, and of course seeking support from someone, which helps you with all of this. All right. So this is something that's common for coaches and consultants who didn't grow up with technology, who are not tech savvy, who are challenged with technology. So you're not alone. A lot of people are facing this challenge, right? So for example, so they're coaches who, because of the challenge, what they do, instead of trying to do everything in one day, they try to do it in 1 week. They make adjustments. That's all. All right. So that happens, right? So to help you overcome this fear as a successful coach, as a successful consultant, to help you to get rid of that technophobia, right? You really need to go through these processes and embrace the technology, because they're powerful tools and they can help us to with our dreams, right? Imagine your life where technology works for you, where you don't have to spend time in it. You just make a few clicks, a few steps, and a lot of things get done. A lot of emails get sent, a lot of interactions and engagements get done with your clients and your customers. Revenue start pouring in. Customers are attracted to your business. Just for a few steps, but you have to learn that process to engage the steps that you need to do. Right? You can't get rid of that, except you have somebody doing it for you. All right. So you become empowered when you follow this, is when you go through the process. So you can leverage the technology, leverage the tools much, much, much better. All right. Less headache, less challenges. You understand? All right. Um, from doing it as you keep doing it over and over and over. Less headache. So you got to focus on what you love. So you spend less time eventually fiddling with the technology, and more time impacting lives, transforming life, helping the people, helping the organizations to grow, to develop. All right. So if this is your dream to really grow your enterprise using technology that will work for you, don't let technophobia hold you back any longer. Take this step. Take this step towards the freedom of technology. the freedom to do what you love, right? Reach out to support. Take the small steps. Celebrate the small wins. Hey, I was able to be consistent this week. Every day, I was able to do this. Every day, I was able to do that for a week. Celebrate the small win. Get your favorite ice cream or favorite snack and just celebrate the small wins, okay? And your business, your life will thank you eventually. Hey, you start feeling more joyful, more confident. You start feeling more assertive that I can get this done. And even when the glitches come, you know, hey, I know what to do. I'll be consistent. I'll get anything done. Get it done. All right. So if you need more help in going through that journey, being empowered, hey, just reach out to me. All right. Book a free consultation with me today. Let's conquer this. Let's conquer that fear so that you can be confident in building your system, your coaching system, your consulting system with technology that will eventually work for you. All right. So reach out to me wherever you are, even your guys. Just reach out and let's have it done. All right, guys. Thank you very much for listening again. And every day, as I say, we're gonna deal with a question. And the question today was, how do I engage technology, deal with this fear of technology, and engage it with confidence, build it with confidence, right? So important to be able to do that, right? You want to overcome that fear of technology, build confidence in using new tools. Yeah, follow the steps. Or engage with me, book a free schedule, free consultation on my calendar, and let's meet. And we'll go through it. All right? Bless you. Have a good day.